If you want to double the conversions of your next product launch, your next big promotion, your next big sale, pay attention. This is the video for you. What is going on? I am Scott Moran, the co-founder here at Samcart. This guy right here, this gorgeous hunk, Jordan P. Anderson. Jordan, what's going on, man?
What's up? We're ready to help some coaches. If they're thinking about launching your mastermind in 2023, listen up. We got some profit boosting strategies today. Strategy number 21, Scott, payment plan timing.
Of the Profit Playbook. Hold it up, Jordan. Hold it up one more time. You got your copy. I don't have mine. This is the Profit Playbook. This is what we're doing here, right? Every single week, we do another strategy from the Profit Playbook. Everything that we know, 53 simple marketing strategies to double your sales. If you are a coach, you are a service seller, you are a course creator, you have templates, you have downloads, digital products of any kind, 53 lessons to double your sales that we have pulled from the Samcart database of $3 billion in sales. Billion with a B. Today is number 21, where we're going to talk to you guys about a strategy that doubled the conversions of one of the biggest launches we have ever made. One of the most successful, I'd say, like conversion, whatever. We'll get into that in a second. But we are going to dive in and show you guys exactly what it is that we're talking about. But you guys can go and download your copy of the Profit Playbook by scanning the QR code down in the corner. We are giving it away. Digital copy, right? If you are a digital product seller of any size, shape, or kind, this is for you. This is the 201, right, of how you can launch, scale, take your business to new heights. That's all we do all day, every day here at Samcart is help companies reach 6, 7, multiple 7, 8. Some people are coming up on 9 figures sold on Samcart, which is super exciting. So Profit Playbook, download your copy right here, right now. Use that QR code. And Jordan, let's talk about this, okay? The title of this video is how to double your conversions for your next launch. And we're going to get into that by telling a story of exactly how we did it and something that we have coached a ton of our VIPs to do the same over the last, however many years here. But this again is strategy number 21 of 53 from the Profit Playbook. So if you enjoy this video, use the QR code, download completely free copy of the Samcart Profit Playbook, and get 52 more strategies just like it. And of course, check out our YouTube channel. We go live once a week with new strategies. But Jordan, this one is called payment plan timing. And I think everybody knows what a payment plan is, right? Here's a couple of examples. Here's our buddies over at Ship 30 that are using Samcart to sell their cohort. This is something you've gone through. It's a cohort training, an awesome one, a very, very awesome one, right? And a one that sells like crazy. And here it is. Tell us about, they've got 2 different payment options to choose from, one of them being a payment plan. Tell us about it.
Yeah, this is a very simple, straightforward payment plan. There, usually with some payment plans, it's like a discount or, hey, if you pay in full, you can save 20%, save 10%. This is just cutting it right in half. So you can pay $699, $700 for one-time full payment, or you can do 2 payments of $350 over the course of 2 months. So when I bought it, I went with the payment plan option, but we're going to talk about maybe why that's not the best thing or the best foot forward when you're thinking about setting up your payment plans for your mastermind.
And I love it. I love that Dickie has chosen not to make the payment plan he's not gouging people from it. You know what I mean? It's basically the same price no matter what you choose. Mm-hmm. But then, here's another example from Tony Robbins where he's basically saying, hey, listen, you can pay $97 a month or $990 for the year. So here he is saying, here's 2 different payment options. The one on the left is basically a payment plan, right? But this is what we're talking about. Here's another example. This is from us. This is using the same feature on Samcart. And this time we're kind of selling like a basic bundle and a premium bundle, right? And so, giving people the option, choose A or choose B. A lot of times that's pay in full or a payment plan. And that's what we're going to focus on today. But you can see this feature gets used in a lot of different ways, right? So very, very cool feature. But here's the mistake. Right? Jordan, you wrote this one, right? Talk to me about letting your payment plan go stale. What does that mean?
Yeah, the conventional wisdom is to offer payment plans right out in front and center, put it right next to your one-time full payment. But the problem is it's kind of, you're giving away your cards too early. You're showing your hand a little too early. And it goes down to, do you want money now versus money later? And, you've talked about this in the past of, if you set up subscriptions, if you set up monthly payments, some people will say, hey, let's break it up into 12 payments. Let's break it up into 4 payments. Oftentimes you won't collect all 4 payments, or you definitely won't collect all 12 payments if you were to break it up into that monthly cycle. And it also makes people kind of blind to your main offer. If you want people to buy full price, one time, $1,000 up front, Why would I even consider that if I'm looking right at this payment plan option for $500 for 2 months? I'm gonna go with that. I'm totally blind to that main option, and it's like almost just like doesn't matter at all.
And it gets even
And that
worse, right? When some people have like, I've seen payment options where someone's selling something for $200, right? Or the payment option is like, okay, or just give me 9 payments of 25 bucks, right? And it's like, why are we doing this? You know what I mean? When you
yeah,
break it out and you finance it and do all that kind of stuff, yeah, it's just, you're going to get a lot of people in the door, right? But you are going to collect so much less money. A lot of people just get happy with these payment plans, right? And they think longer payment plans and finance more of that cash and lets people pay me over time, right? Who cares? I'll collect it anyway, when the opposite is true, right?
no,
Every time you let someone get on some really long payment plan, that's why I love that Shift 30 example, right? It's 2 payments. Like 2, not a lot of risk. 7 payments, huge risk, huge risk. And that's
yeah.
actually a whole nother chapter in the Profit Playbook where we talk about statistically, what does Sam Cart's database tell us about how long your payment plans should be? Get your copy of the Profit Playbook, download it for free, read that chapter 2. It's another awesome one.
And Scott, before we get into the main story today, maybe let's set this up. We didn't put this in the slides. Like, when should you use a payment plan? How, like, at what price point if I have a $50 product, can I split it up into 2 payments of 25? What's the right approach? When's the best approach to
For sure. Yeah. So what we
add a
see
payment
is
plan?
that inside of Sam Cart's database, pages that have a payment option, right? 17% higher conversion than pages that don't, right? A lot of times what we see is someone has a pay in full option and they introduce one payment plan and it can literally double their conversions. That's what we're going to talk about here in just a second, right? But if you're selling anything over $100, you should experiment with a payment plan. If you're selling anything that's quote high ticket, you're selling coaching or a big mastermind that's $25,000, like all that kind of stuff, you should absolutely be experimenting with breaking those out and letting people chunk those kind of payments up. We see the higher your price, the more effective a payment plan is, right? So I always kind of say, listen, if you're selling something that's anything over $100, $150 and up, right? Something like that, experiment with a payment plan, right? Keep them kind of, don't go crazy. You know what I mean? You don't make them 12 payments right off the bat. Make it, try what Dickie's doing over at Shift 30, right? Try what we see is probably the most popular option is 2 or 3 payments, right? Those kind of things. And go from there. Because that's really that dividing line that we see in the Sam Cart database is anything over that, anything under that price point, and a payment plan is not worth it. It's just the math doesn't check out. It's not boosting conversions enough. You're risking some of that cash. Get them out of you now. But especially anybody out there who's selling something that's $1,000, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month. Well, $5,000 a month is kind of a payment. You know what I mean? You're if it's a service type thing, right? But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
definitely
if
the threshold.
you're looking to launch like a big mastermind class, or like, hey, this is 2023. I'm gonna, the first 10 people that come in, I'm gonna coach them for $10,000 for the year. And it's like,
Right.
I think the problem is like a lot of people can't afford $10,000 right up front. So the
Yeah,
next logical step is to say, let's break it up into $5,000 or
exactly.
2,500 or $1,000.
Well, we'll break it up. 2 payments of 5,000, right? 4 payments of 2,500, right? Maybe you make the payment plan a little bit higher total cash, right? So you see 10 grand up front or $1,000 a month for the year. It's like those kind of things, right? You get a chance to mess around and play and experiment, right? Our only real guidance is if you're selling something up there, right? Create a payment plan, but careful with how long you make that payment plan, right? Careful. I know the temptation is that you want that first number someone pays today to be as small as humanly possible, right? But what you're doing is really just risking all of that extra cash. Super, super risky. Again, got a whole chapter in there to talk about statistically what do we see from payment plans and what's the perfect length for payment plans. It's in the Profit Playbook. Download a digital copy for free and get this strategy in depth and the whole other 52 of them.
Sweet. All right, let's get into the story. What's the story you got here, Scott?
Yeah, so if we back up in our time machine, right? Back up in our time machine to late 2016. So 6 years ago now, right? 6 years ago now. It was one of the biggest single first sort of arrival launches that Sam Cart ever did, right? And I'm going to tell you a story about how we used a payment plan very strategically, right? And doubled our launch conversions in the process and how you guys can do exactly the same thing, right? So this was sort of the structure of that launch, right? We had done a bunch of pre-launch stuff. We had gotten, affiliates for promoting. It was this whole big thing, right? And we were going to have a 4-day period where people could buy from us. We call it a cart open period is what we call it in the biz. You know what I mean? And so, Jordan, on day 1, the offer was basically, hey guys, come and buy we're going to give you Sam Cart for the year, right? And a bunch of awesome bonus trainings and all this stuff that is essentially now like all of it just in Creator U for $12 a month, which everybody should go check out creatoru.com. But it basically was an awesome tool that's going to boost your e-commerce and make you more money and all this other training. And if you just pay $1,000 for the year, we'll give it to you, right? And that was the offer, right? So it's basically a pay in full option for $1,000. That was the offer, right?
Gotcha.
Day one,
Okay.
launch conversions, rolled out, going strong, right? First day was really, really good. By the end of day two, we still had, it was the same offer, right? We go out there day two, more emails, more case studies, more social proof, whatever. By the end of day two, we were sitting at about 2.3% conversion, right? Which we knew was solid. That was unremarkable, but solid, right? That's kind of how, and I say 2.3% conversion for me was how many people were waiting to hear about it versus how many people had now bought. That's my, thing. I'm not talking about a page conversion number or something like that. But for $1,000 offer, that was great. We knew it was going to keep going up. If you do launches like this, if you do promotions, if you have countdown timers and stuff, every day that you run up to that cart close, that number is going to go up, right? But for us, it was really about how could we move this number from 2.3 to 7? You know what I mean? That was going to be like the home run scenario. Like, what can we do, right? Or 2.3 to 6 even, right? Like, would have been insane, right? So how are we going to do that? Well, on day 3, then we introduced the payment plan. It gave us a whole new reason. We added it to the page. We said, hey, everybody, listen, you don't want to drop $1,000 on this. I get it, right? Come and join us for just $99 a month for the next year, right?
Yeah,
so
Scott. What was like your customer sentiment day 1 and 2, or like what were like when you were getting those kind of prospecting, sales, DMs? What was kind of the main idea that everyone's kind of putting out there?
Oh, for sure. Everybody's hyped. Everybody loves it. Everybody wants the tool. Everybody wants the bundle of kind of training and all the stuff that we were giving away with it. And yeah, everybody's thrilled, right? But of course, you get a lot of questions about, hey, can I join for less money right now, right? Human nature, we get it, right? We had a ton of new customers, a ton of people coming in, all good, right? But of course, that's always going to be the big question is, okay, is there going to be a payment plan? Can I join for less? Can I pay half now, half later, something kind of like that. And so our decision, right, was to come back and basically say, listen, what we were essentially saying was commit to Sam Cart for 12 months, right? And we'll charge you $99 a month. So in essence, the quote payment plan was going to cost more over a year, $1,200 versus $1,000. So there was a reason for someone to pay in full still, right? But this was a whole nother reason to look again. And I think that's one of the most powerful things behind what took our conversion. That conversion rate on day 3 jumped to 5.8%, right?
Yeah, that's wild.
And so now the countdown timer is getting closer to 0, right? We got a deadline. We have already communicated, listen, at the end of day 4, this is it, right? That's the midnight deadline. Countdown timer's running down. And we give everybody this special payment option. We say, listen, and look again, come back, check us out. Deadline's tomorrow. Join up, right? And what happened next over the next 48 hours was like chum in the water. You know what I mean? Like it was a complete feeding frenzy. Our conversion on the last day were actually a little bit north of 6.5, right? But 6.5 was kind of like the average of the last 2 days, right? So the main tenets were the first 2 days converted at 2.3%. The last 2 days converted at 6.5% on average, right? With conversion rates in the last couple hours clearing 10%, right? Which is partially because having a countdown timer is awesome, right? And a big, big reason was that payment plan. So we collected a ton of cash, right? We brought in a ton of customers, right? We got best of both worlds. It wasn't like this small payday that then turned into a lot more over time, right? All we did for the next 12 months was just make sure that we just protected and kept as much of that recurring revenue, right? And realized over the course of the next 12 months, we basically doubled the money that we made from the launch by all those payment options and all that kind of good stuff. But the moral of that story, right, is that by holding back the payment plan and introducing it a little bit before the deadline, right, we doubled our conversions overall. The overall conversion that launch, where it went from 2.3 to overall, the average of the 4 days, right, was 4.6%, something that was well north of our goals, something that was absolutely destroyed it. It just completely destroyed it.
Nice.
And something we've done a lot since then. So
now this was going out. You were sending out some like email on day 2 or 3 or 4 saying like, hey folks, we've got a lot of feedback and here's the new plan. Or like, here's go to this page and this will have a payment plan.
Exactly right. Yeah, we came out on day 3 with emails and social media post, whatever, right? And said, "Hey, we listen, we got it, right? Here's an awesome payment plan. Come join us," right? And it was just, it was chum in the water. You know what I mean? We had already sold everybody. Everybody was already excited. You know what I mean? And it just gave us another reason to get in someone's inbox. It gave us another reason to say, "Guys, come back and look again at this launch," right? And at the same time, partnering that so closely with the actual deadline, which of course is where we all know if you do that correctly, have deadlines, right? Your sales are just going to, that last day should be bigger than maybe everything else combined, right? And so using a payment plan like this, holding it back, using it strategically, right, was such a massive win for us, doubling the conversions of that big launch. And so the takeaway for you guys, right, is whether you're launching a new product, whether you are, you have automated webinars or something that are running all day, every day to new email subscribers, whether you're doing a special promotion for, who cares, anything, it's President's Day, it's my birthday, it's, whatever sales that you're doing, right? The lesson here is try it out where the payment plan is not available on day 1, right? Hold back the payment plan and then introduce it later, right? Something again with Samcart gets super, super nice and easy. You've got one page that has the pay in full option, right? Duplicate it, add a quick payment option, and closer you get to your deadline, right? Start sending people over to this page over here, right? You just redirect their attention from, you got this, here's a new page with a payment plan, right? Super, super, super simple to do that. You can even do that evergreen. You can do that with all your new subscribers. Hold back your payment plans until a deadline and watch what happens to your conversions, right?
Scott, what I'm
Jordan, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, Scott, what I'm realizing this could be used for is I have a strong feeling that the emails and the chats that you were getting on day 1 and 2 were not, "Hey, do you have a payment plan?" They were, "Hey, do you have a discount? Do you have a coupon code?" And I think if you are a seller right now and you're feeling like you're in a rock and a hard place where you're always having to discount your stuff or always having to offer coupon codes to increase conversions, maybe instead of offering a coupon code or a 50% discount, say, "Hey, instead of, if you don't want to pay full price, what if we split the payment up into 2 payments?" That way, you, the seller, are receiving the full payment. You're not having to give away discounted products over and over, which
Bingo.
could discount your brand. But now you're also increasing conversions because now you're like, "Hey, I'm willing to work with you, customer. I can't offer, this is a great deal already. I can't take 30% off this price, but I can cut the payment in half."
Exactly. Yeah. I can make it a little bit easier for you. I can spread it out some, right? Yeah. Love that for sure. Yeah. Lesson number 2, incentivize your full pay. You know what I mean? We basically incentivize people to take the full payment option, which meant that we collected more money right now, right? Which now in Samcart's business, now that we've raised $100 million, is a very different kind of equation. But for all creators everywhere, I know you guys want more cash right now, right? Make it easier for people to join, incentivize the full pay with additional bonuses, right? Overall, the price can be cheaper, right? Like our overall price there was $200 cheaper than if you paid $99 for 12 months. So incentivize the full payment option, right? Give people more bonuses, give people more access, give people more whatever, right? To go and pay in that full pay. And then the lesson here, of course, right, is the payment plan as a downsell. One thing that we've seen a ton of our top creators go and do is they'll go and do a big webinar. They'll go and do a full launch. They'll go and, have an automated series for new subscribers, sell a product and go the entire time without introducing a payment plan at all. And then a couple days after it closes down, they'll go to the people that didn't buy and say, "Hey guys, by the way, 48 hours, we're introducing a payment plan, right? You said no, you couldn't join before, right? But here's a payment plan, kind of a backdoor to get in. You know what I mean? One more time, if you wanted to use it, go ahead." And it's the same idea, right? It's using that payment plan and holding it back and using it strategically to bring more people in the door, right? And I love that one, using it as a downsell kind of after the fact, right? Bunch of people who didn't buy, go back to just them a couple of days later, give them a limited time offer to come in and join that payment plan, right? However you decide to set that up. Payment plan as a downsell, super, super effective. Yeah. And then the last thing here is be careful financing too much, right? When you are giving someone a chance to say 5 payments, 10 payments, 11 payments, I have literally seen stuff north of 20 payments, right? Where it's 20 payments of $100 and they're basically trying to say, "I'm going to lock somebody in for being here for 2 years." Nonsense. No, you're not. What you're doing is there is nothing you can say, nothing in your terms, nothing legally that you can do that require someone to keep paying you that money, right? Even if you send collections after somebody, right? I've seen people do this all the time. They think there's something they can write down their terms that's going to make it rock solid. And this person agreed to pay me 10 payments when they, you know, file a chargeback on me, you know, after 3 payments because they don't want to pay anymore or something like that, right? Like, I'm going to go after them. I'm going to get that cash. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. All you do there is waste time, effort, and money, right? Our legal system is not set up to support you that way. Okay. Do not do that. You are not locking someone in. All you're doing is really risking that every single month you've got to continue to successfully remind someone, this is why I bought this, and keep them from changing their mind, right? And what happens much, much more often is you get customers who pay a couple of months and say, deuces, I'm out of here, right? And they are canceling on you. They are changing. People call and cancel and get new credit cards for this kind of stuff, right? Like, that's the kind of stuff that's going to go out there and happen. Think more about pleasing your best customers, incentivize the full pay, get more people in there, right? Get your cash up front and use your payment plan strategically, right? To grow your conversions and bring more people in.
Sweet.
Strategy number 21, Jordan. Strategy number 21.
Download now.
Huh?
I was saying download now. Get your QR code scanners out, folks. Hit that QR code and go to samcart.me/profitplaybook to get your free copy.
Exactly right. Go get digital copy. We talk more about this thing. We go more in depth into strategy number 21. We talk about payment plan lengths. We talk about a whole bunch of different ways that you guys can continue to support and make more money from your launches, make more money from automated webinars, make more money from new subscribers, create promotions that we talk awesome. If you're somebody who has a lot of payment plans, there's a strategy in here where we talk about going in and cashing in and getting all that money back up front after you sold a bunch of payment plans, right? So if you're sitting there waiting month after month and hoping those payment plans come back, there's something we talk about inside the Profit Playbook where you can press a button and get all that cash right now. It's an awesome freaking feature. Go get the Profit Playbook. If you are a digital creator selling digital stuff, there is 53 different strategies in this book that are going to help double your sales, just like the one we talked about here today. Grab your copy. It's free for now. It's free for now.
Sweet. Folks, we'll see you on Tuesday at 4 p.m. for the Tuesday Takeover, and we'll see you next week here, same day, same time, same place here on YouTube for another Profit Playbook Live. Catch you later.
Out.